delta Q over delta P. What is that now then? The new value of Q is 2, and the old value of Q was 6, right? Divided by the new value for P is 2, right? And the old value of P was 1. We now take the difference here, and this gives you exactly -4 over 1, which is -4, right? So basically, this quantity this quantity here, -b, or here -4, expresses the change. This is the rate of change. I mean of Q given a change in P. How Q varies depending on the change in P. Right. We simply take the coefficient of P. Very simple. Then, summarizing, I would say the following. If you have the demand function Q, let me summarize. Q equals A minus BP, and you ask it to find the elasticity, the price elasticity of the demand. The question is, how sensitive is the demand given a change in the price, right? How 1% change in the price affects the demand? That is the question. Okay, what do we have now here? We simply take -b, right? Multiplied by the quantity P, so the price divided by the value Q. Great. This is what we call elasticity. So the price elasticity of the demand. Okay, now if instead of D we take the supply function will be the same thing. What will be the value of the price elasticity of the supply? Formula, please.
It will be C plus.
Yes, C multiplied by same value P over Q. Nothing here is changing. Here we simply take the because here the supply function is given by D equals, say, not C by D, sorry, it's not C by it's D rather, not C rather, no, not C. Look here, okay, the supply function,
yeah,
is C, right, plus DD. Yeah, actually, we took the number ABS. What is the supply function again? You can maybe go on page just to have the same number. DQ, right? D times, like, sorry, what am I writing here? Maybe my mind is Q equals, sorry, Q equals C plus D times P, right? So again, the number that indicates the rate of change. Yes, no problem. She is more than welcome. Excellent. Then here we have here, it will be not C but D, right? It's D. Yeah. D times P over Q. This number here, right? See the change. See the change of the change in the price. Sorry, the change in the demand. Sorry, the change in the supply given the change in
demand
in the price. Excellent. Very, very elementary. Another concept here that we have a price the price elasticity. So important Yeah.
Hey, baby. Hi. Mm-hmm. No, yes, besikhipha izinto emotweni and ngase ngigijimela uku. What time, baby?
T arc plus
Would you go to Naira?
open what in the class. It should. I'm sorry, guys. Please give me that can be able to help into who are not able to join the class. Give me 1 second, please. I'm sorry for that. Please don't run away, please. I'm trying to call. 1 second, please. Let me first call my colleague into the meeting.
All right, thank you, Prof. I'm in. I'll take the link and send it to the other group. And
thank you so much. Thank you for being there. Admin is always a challenge here. Anyone right. Anyone wants to ask? I see a hand. Can you please?
Sorry, Prof.
Yes.
Hi. The line is terrible. I'm not sure whether I'm the only one experiencing it. It keeps on cutting, so I'm not hearing everything that you're saying. Is it just me?
No, you're not the only one. I'm also having the same problem.
No, it's not just you. We're all struggling to hear you.
Okay, sorry. Now I want to change the line in Maximus, please. Give me 1 second. I want to change the line, please.
Okay, thank you.
I want to find a better one. Yeah. So I'll try to connect and come back again. Please give me 1 second, please, to change the line. I don't know what's going on today. Maybe. Right. Actually, the line. I hope you'll be able to join. Okay. Thanks so much. I'm back. I hope you are all there. Great. Okay. Now the concept of arc price elasticity. Arc price elasticity. My writing today is very arc price. Here I'm on page 15, please. If you can follow from the study guide. Can you mute please the mic when you join the class? Okay. Arc price elasticity. Okay. Let me just, you can see, I think you can follow from the study guide. Well, here now we have two values. We have P1, point P1 D1. So now we have the point P1 Q1. Here P is always the price. And the other point is, please, can you please unmute? Can you please mute if you are not asking any question, please? Can you mute the mic? Excellent. So here we do have now 2 points. Assume we have a point P1 Q1 and another point P2, P2, Q2, Q2, right? So there's a change in the price, and of course also a change in the price, also change in the quantity, right? I see a hand for Maddy. Can you please just ask your question if you have any question? I want to be able to see. And yes, please.
Yes, my
Any
line.
question?
I don't know. Yes, I don't know if it's my line or the same line. I can't hear properly. Is it possible to get the recording of this?
If you can't hear, then how will? If the line is bad, it will be also bad for the recordings, unfortunately. But for others, can you hear me, please? Others, can you hear me? Should I maybe try to speak a little bit louder?
Mine is working. Mine, I can hear you as well, Prof. It's fine.
Mine is fine.
Okay, thank you. I hope maybe. Okay, maybe
Mine
it will improve. Hopefully, it will improve. So it can't be. I don't know if it's my problem or maybe for maybe it's your local network. Oh, great! Please, if you can't hear me very well, can you simply open the study guide and follow maybe from the study guide? Yes, yes, Mr. Kaya.
I'm a she. No,
sorry, ma'am.
No, I was just responding to your question earlier on and saying I can hear from my side.
Thank you so much. Okay, great. Now here I'm trying to define what we call arc price elasticity of demand. This issue of elasticity, the price elasticity always refers to something very simple. A 1% change of in the price, right? If there is 1% change in the price, what is the effect of that change in the quantity? That is all what we are talking here when we talk about price elasticity, right? A change in the price, of course, will affect also the quantity, but how, right? That's what we mean by price elasticity here. Now, when we have now two changes, we first the price is P1 and the quantity is Q1, and another price P2, the quantity is Q2, right? Now we can compute what's called here arc price elasticity on demand, epsilon D, the same letter, and we compute simply it by using the formula minus B multiplied by simply the average P1 plus
Sorry,
P2.
Prof.
Yes, please.
I can't see your screen. We were on the other group. We've been waiting. We just recently joined. Ms. Nkomo just let us know. I can't see your screen. We were on the other side. I don't know what happened.
Let me maybe stop sharing and reshare again. Maybe that will be the solution. Thank you for raising that. I will stop sharing now for everybody, right? And start to share again the screen. Please tell me if you can see the screen now, please.
Yes, you can see it now.
Okay, good. Wonderful. Okay. Okay, good. Now here we simply divide by
Prof, sorry,
Q1.
Are you recording the class?
I don't know if someone is recording. Did anyone?
There is no one recording.
Okay, please.
It is recording.
It is?
Okay.
Someone is recording.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, great. So this is the formula that we have for what was called arc price elasticity of demand from one point to another. Let's take an example to make which question do you have any question? Yeah, maybe on page 16, right? Let's look at the activity 1 on page 16. Can you all go? Can you open your study guide, please, and read the question? just to apply these basic concepts before we consider the
On
concept
page?
of equilibrium. Page
Page
16.
16.
16, please. 16, yes.
Okay.
Yes. The demand function of a certain kind of calculator is Q equals the demand function that is given. Demand function. Q equals, right, 250 minus 5p. But remember, always remember that P is always the price per unit, right? And Q is the number of items, and here it's great. Question A, find the expression for point elasticity of the demand in terms of P only, right? Question A, find the expression of point elasticity of the demand, right? How do you find that? Epsilon D elasticity. How do you compute then epsilon D here? Answer, please. Who can give the answer? Compute epsilon D. Please unmute and reply, please. Just anybody can do that. I don't know the names yet. Next time I'll be able maybe to pick some few names. And what is here now? How do you compute epsilon D for this question? We have the demand function, right? What is the elasticity? The plus elasticity of demand. Okay, answer, please. Let me pick someone. Maddy, can you answer, please, that? Are you there, please?
We are here, Prof. I think we're just trying to figure out as well.
Okay, okay. Epsilon D. So this is the elasticity. Elasticity. Yes, please. Anyone?
Wouldn't be elasticity of demand be minus B times
yes
P
minus
O,
P. Yes.
Yeah, P O over Q O.
So minus 5, right?
Minus
Multiplied
5,
by.
Yeah, that would be minus. Minus
always
5.
Multiplied by
Multiplied
P
by
always.
P over 250 minus 5P.
Yes, divided by Q first, right? If we apply the formula, right? You see the coefficient. If we maybe change here, let me first go through and here take -5, right? Minus B, if you like, right? See the formula that we have. Right. Now this B here, what is B here? B is the coefficient of P, right? Here B is 5. Right. So here we have epsilon D is simply given by -5, right? Multiplied by P, and we divide by Q. Now, what is Q again? We can replace Q by its value, right? Here, Q is given. They say find the expression of epsilon D in terms of P only, right? So here we can replace this Q by its value, which is given here, right? I hope you can also follow. Now we replace Q by its value. Okay. Yes, 250.
Q will be is given as 250 minus 5P.
Yes, 5P, yes. And that's all, right? So here we have a function. Here we have now a function which depends only on, you see here, we express it only as a function of P, right? You see the minus 5P over 50 minus 5P, all a function of variable P. Sorry guys with the network. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, there's an echo though. Can hear you, but there's an echo.
Yes,
there's an echo.
I can see, yes. Let me change the network, please. Let me change the network. I don't know why that is coming. Where is that coming from? Let me change the network again, but it's now gone.
Seems
It's
like
gone.
Yeah.
Much better now, right? Okay, thank you. Great. Question B, calculate the point elasticity of demand at prices P equals 20 and price P equals 30.
Sorry,
When the
Prof.
price?
Sorry, Prof,
Yes,
for the
please.
question. I wanted to find out, is it minus B times P all over Q, or it's minus B P divided by Q?
Once again, please, I'll change the trick, please, because I can hear some echo. I don't know where it's coming from. I can hear some echo again. Can you
Hi,
are you
Prof.
okay with that, please? Hello?
Yes, I wanted to find out. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, but there's an echo, a very strong echo in I can hear.
Prof, if you've got two devices open in front of you and you need to go on mute for one of them because it picks up the sound for the other.
I think he muted himself.
Yes, I see. I
think the echo is coming from 5567902.
Oh yes. I think he switched it or he muted it immediately. Okay. Thank you so much for picking up that. Thank you, Kaya, for your skills to identifying the problem. Thank you.
I would like to take the credit, but it's not me, Prof. It was someone else.
Okay, great. Okay, no problem.
Tandy.
Thank you so much.
Tandy.
So the question was that epsilon D equals, now we have here this negative 5p, right? Divided by just 250. I have minus 5p, right? Now, I didn't understand what was the question that you were asking. Oh, you passed question B. What was the question again? Someone who wants to ask a question. Yes, please.
I think it's Kaya. I think I understood the question and I also had the same question. Probably it's the same thing. My confusion is that the formula that you gave us, or the function says minus B multiplied by P over Q. But when you write now this answer, we are saying
the same thing. Yes,
over the whole.
Thing. Yes, so, it is the thing, my dear. It is the same thing.
Same
right?
thing. Oh.
Yes, like 3 times. Like with this, it's the same thing. Multiplication, you can multiply face what is up and like 3 times say 9 over, make I say over what? Maybe over 3 again. I can say it's the same thing as 3 times 9 over and everything over. Of course, it's easy to see when you, it is the same thing, right? Okay, good. Now, question B. What do we have now? Question B. What is the question? Assume now the price. Now we have two values for the price. Small things here to clear. Right. Question B. Are you there, please? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, Prof.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, I feel alone. P equals 20 and another value for P. P equals again P equals 30, right? Now let's say calculate point elasticity at those two values, right? P equals 20 and P equals 30. First, let's take for P equals 20. How do you find here the price elasticity epsilon D? Here we have the formula, right? -5 right? Multiplied by P over Q. And what was Q again? 250. I simply copy what you've already done. I hope everybody is following, please. I don't want to lose anyone. Minus 5P, right? Right?
Mr. Makero.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got lost there. Can you just go up to the first question?
Yes,
maybe you explained this. I couldn't hear you because of the network.
Yes.
That 250 minus 5P. How did we end up with that answer?
This is this.
I heard something about substituting, but I got lost there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yes. We do have. Let me repeat briefly. Here we have the demand function is given. Q equals. Here they say Q equals. I mean the number of calculators that is sold or that is demanded, right? Is 250 minus 5 times P. Yes. Right? Here P is the price. The meaning is that if nothing is produced, right? If P is 0, Q will be 250. I mean, if the price is 0, if P is 0, you can say 250. Right. Now, if the price varies, right? You see the meaning. If the price varies, then the quantity will also vary, right? But how? By this expression. If the price of a calculator say is 5, let's say maybe $5 to make it more meaningful. If P is 5, how many calculator will the company sell? Answer me, please. The simple. If P is 5, if the price is 5 per unit per calculator, right? If we fix the price as 5, how many calculator will the company sell?
2.
Answer,
225.
225.
25.
Yes. So here we replace P by 5 here in the right, and we have 250 minus 25 will be 225, right? Now, if we can play with those numbers, if P is 10, if the price increases by to 10 or to 10, maybe say $10, here Q was 225, right? If P is 10, if we fix the price at 10, what will be the quantity?
200.
It's 200.
200.
Right. Good. So basically, this equation expresses, it tells us, yes, it tells us how will the price, how will the quantity vary when the price varies, right? That is what we mean by the demand function. Great. Now, we are asking another question here. The price elasticity on the demand, of the demand. This is basically like 1% change in the price, right? Corresponds to which percent change in the quantity. Maybe I could write it like this, okay? This implies 1% change. Sorry, it's slow to write. 1% change in the price. By change, I mean increase or decrease, right? In P. Yields. Which percent change in which percent change? Are you with me, please? You must understand the concept very clearly. Change in P, in Q, right? That is what we call elasticity or price elasticity of demand. 1%, which percentage change in Q corresponds to 1% change in the price, right? Now and the formula here is easy. We have epsilon D. Sorry for giving you a long answer. We take the coefficient or the rate of change in P, which is here negative B, and here we have now -5, right? I don't remember your name. I should be calling you to follow. So here we now have -5. Everybody understands where 5 is coming from, right? The coefficient of P multiplied by that equal is back again. Please check if someone is again unmuted. Please try to unmute. Great. Multiply by what? By P divided by Q. Right. Now to express everything in P, we can simply replace Q by its value, and we have then -5. -5P multiplied by, now replace Q by its value, right? 250 minus, oh sorry guys, -5. I can't wait to choose my new computer. Sorry for the delay. Okay, so this is 250. 250 minus. I hope I've answered your question, right?
Yeah, I'm following.
Excellent. Yeah, and we are there. Now, question B. Now we have P equal. Now they give us P, the value of P. What if the price equals, if P equals 20, right? Assume now we fix assume the company fixes the price at 20. They will sell one calculator at 20, right? 20 per unit, 20 rand. Right. Now they ask you what is now the value of epsilon here, epsilon D? What is the value of this elasticity? How do you compute now this elasticity here? Very easy, you replace P by its value, right? You have here -5 times 20 is -100, right? Divides by.
Sorry, Prof, to disturb.
Yes,
We can't.
I don't know. We can't see if you still are you still writing on your whiteboard, or you stopped writing. You're just talking, because it's not appearing on the board that you're writing.
Okay, let me see what happened.
There
How
you
is
go.
that?
Now we can see.
Thank you. Okay, maybe it's network issue again. So we have now when the price is 20, assume the company fixes the price at 20 rand per calculator, right? What is now the elasticity? Now 1% change if the price is 20, right? Now what will be now the value of the elasticity? We have here -5 times P. P is 20 divided by 250 minus 5P. It will be divided by what will be the denominator? 150, right? 150. Okay. So we can here simplify this. This is 10 over 15. Or simplify again by 5. It's -2 over 5, right? -2 over 3. Yes. This is a nearly epsilon. It's nearly 0 point something. -0 point what?
0.67.
Right.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yes. Okay. Somewhere there. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Now, what does this mean then? What does this mean? This is the most important point here. What does this mean? That the elasticity is
Inelastic.
The meaning is that when the price is 20 rand, right? 1% change, 1% change in the price, right? 1% change in the price. I mean, if the price increases by 1%, right? We are at 20, and if we increase 1%, what's the 1% of 20? Okay, you can do that. 1% increase. 1% increase in the price in P result or yields or implies, right? Yields what? And how many percentage change in the quantity?
0.7%.
It's an increase or a decrease? Is an increase or a decrease?
Decrease.
Yes, a decrease. Because here we have negative, right? It yields 0.667, whatever number take there, right? Percent decrease, right? I say decrease because of the negative sign there. Decrease in the quantity. Yes. In the quantity Q. How you can see what this is important to understand. So if there is an increase in the price, of course, now the demand, of course. If there's an increase in the price, of course, we expect a decrease in the demand, right? But 1% then, 1% increase in the price yields or brings a decrease, or how is the price, sorry, how is the quantity affected by a change in the price? This is what we mean by elasticity of demand, right? Is that clear to everybody? I hope so. Now let's now take another quantity. P, they say another P equals, the second value is P equals 30, right? 30. At 30, which change will we now here expect? If P is 30, what will be the value of the elasticity? Same calculation is right. You see, please, the board.
Negative 1,5.
Okay. Here, there, negative, yes. Same calculation here. We have negative 1,5, right? The meaning is the same, right? 1% increase in the price yields 1,5% decrease in the quantity demand, or vice versa. One can say again, 1%. Who can complete the sentence? 1% decrease in price. So if the company if the company decides to decrease the price by 1%, what will be the consequence of that?
There will be 1.5% increase in the demand.
Very good. 1%. It will be 1.5% increase, right? Why do we change? Because of this sign here, right? Here will be now an increase. I mean, right, in the quantity. Right, in the quantity. I hope this is very clear. You guys, you have the formula. It's an open book exam. You have everything there. It's only to be able to interpret your answer. Right now, you will see that when epsilon d in absolute value, if this quantity is bigger than 1, right? We say that the price is elastic, right? What does basically here mean? When this quantity is bigger, do you remember what we mean by the absolute value of a number? Basically, the positive number, the positive quantity of that value, right? Easy to understand. Now, like here, this number, what is the absolute value of 1.5? Absolute value. Sorry. Sorry. The board is shrinking. If I consider, sorry, I try to be very slow, but I hope I'm not losing anyone here. Here we take the absolute value of epsilon d, right? We normally want to consider the absolute value. Like here we have the absolute value of negative 1.5.
Okay.
What is number, please? What is the absolute value of 1.5 of negative 1.5? It's simply 1.5, right? Are you with me? What is the absolute value of 0? Is 0. Because I can't hear from you guys. Like I'm talking to myself. What is the absolute value of 3?
It's -3.
It's still 3.
It's a 3.
You always keep a positive number in any case, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes, always keep a positive number, right? Yes. So by definition, basically, the absolute value of a number x.
Sorry, Prof, we can't hear
Yes,
you.
please.
There's someone who's speaking in the background there.
Yes, someone who is that someone? There's no one around me. I'm alone and I'm far away from my family. Maybe
No,
someone
it was
else.
someone who was talking on the side. I've muted them.
Oh, okay. No, I understand. Thank you so much. Okay, good. Okay. So the absolute value of a number x is defined as 2 possibilities. It can be the opposite of x if this number is negative. If x is negative, maybe I can say start by the positive answer first. If x is positive, you keep the same number, right? If a number is positive, its absolute value is the same number, right? Okay, can you hear me, please? And if the number is negative, then you take the opposite. If the number is negative, then the absolute value will be the opposite. This is to keep the number always positive, right? Sorry, negative here. Yes, negative than 0. Sorry, it work. Okay, great. Now, so you can see to define this quantity is very easy. Anyway, absolute value of -1 is still negative, is 1, right? Absolute value, the absolute value of 1 is also 1, right? Now, when we compute this quantity, the elasticity, right? This number can be positive or negative, right? Now when we take the absolute value, the positive quantity, if this number is bigger than 1, what does it mean? If the elasticity is bigger than 1, it means that 1%. It means that 1% change in price. Who can please continue? In price implies more than 1, right? More than. Please continue the sentence, please. 1% change in the price implies more than 1%. You know it basically, because the more than 1% change
In what?
Yes, in the demand, right?
It implies the negative.
Yes.
It implies a decrease, I think, in demand.
Yes.
I think
whatever. Let's leave the decrease or increase. Simply see the change, right? 1% change, right? In general, right? 1% change in the price. If elasticity is bigger than 1, it means that 1% change in the price will yield more than 1% change in the quantity. Of course, it can be an increase or a decrease, right? If this is true, then basically, and intuitively, it means that 1% change in the price will have more effect in the quantity, right? 1% change in the price will yield more than 1% change in the quantity. Here we say that the price is elastic. Here I say with the way here I'm on page. I think it's page. It's given there on page 30, right? Here we say that the demand is elastic. But the opposite is the following: if this quantity is smaller than 1, if the elasticity is smaller than 1, here they use the word then inelastic.
Inelastic.
Right, and the meaning I think is clear to understand. Basically, that like 1% change won't change more than one. It will only change less than 1% in the quantity, right? For you then, if you are the manager, and you find that the price, will you see here the effect? Here the question is that what is the effect of 1% change in the price, right? If you know that that will change the quantity by more than 1%, you must first be worried, should I implement this change, right? Because look, it's you who decide the price, right? But the quantity is not in your hands because this is the demand, right? What you can do is only change the price, but you can't change the you don't have ability to change the quantity. The demand is generally unknown to you, right? Unless, of course, here we have a linear model. But say if you change the price by 1%, the question is, what will be the percentage change in the quantity? That's what we call by elasticity, right? I think I'm trying to help you to understand the concept, right? I wonder if we change the price, say by 1%. Now, say the price is 100 rand, right? Maybe a meal, maybe in the restaurant to say on average a meal or a well 1% is say it's 100 rand, right? And if you have a linear function for the demand, and say, okay, if we increase the price by 1%, so now the price becomes 110 rand, right? Per meal. The question is which percentage of the demand will be lost, right? Those are important questions that the manager must ask himself or herself, right? If we decrease the price by 1%, now the price is going up, right? What do we expect to happen for the quantity? Great. Question C. I'm on the same page. Question C. Calculate arc elasticity of demand if the price increases from 25 to 35, right? I'm sure you are still following. No one is sleeping yet. C. Calculate arc elasticity. Arc elasticity. I'm sure even if the study guide was closed, you can answer this question. Arc elasticity. Elasticity. If the price changes from please, can you complete the sentence, please? I want to hear you guys. I want to hear from you. I want to hear that you are there. If
price changes from 25 to 35.
Excellent, thank you. To 35.
Sorry, sir. I
Yes,
attended the class very late, so I don't know. Where do I get the questionnaires?
Here we are using the study guide. I'm in the study guide, page 16, please.
Page 16.
Study guide, page 16.
Thank you.
Okay. Now here we have now the price varies from this. Here this first value of P, we call it P1, right? And this value this other value we call it P2, right?
Okay.
Now the question is, now we simply compute first. What is the formula? The formula again, what we use, arc elasticity, same negative B, right? This B remains the same quantity, -5, to remember, multiplied by, you simply take the sum of the prices, P1 plus P2, and you divide by the corresponding values for Q, right? Divide by, let me do this to avoid over, divide by Q1 plus Q2. Very basic, right? This is what we call about arc elasticity when the price varies from one value to another. Right. Now here we have P1 is 25, right? Yes. And P2 is 35. 35. Someone is still joining the class now? Okay, maybe. Please accept anyone. Now, here you must compute the corresponding quantity. What is now the value of Q1? What is Q1?
Q1.
In the class, I will pick someone who is like a sleeping. In the class, I'll say, okay, I will try to read the class and see someone who is not following and say, oh, please, can you answer the question? But now I can't see your faces. There's no way to know who is following and who is not following. Okay, what is Q1, please?
It's 150.
125.
Yes, we go back to the equation of the demand, right? Like they're asking you, okay, if we fix the price at 25, right? What will be the demand for the price? And where you have 250 minus, okay, what will be the final answer? 150. Yes, minus 5 times 25, right? 25. Right. Yes, and that is, what is the answer is? 125.
125.
125. Yes, 125. Good. Now Q2. So you see
75.
Yes. Q2 will be, so when the price is set to 35, right? What will be the quantity but the company will be able to sell? The same formula, 250.
75.
Yes. Minus 5 times 35. No one can say, I don't understand. I'm not understanding. Right. Okay, so we have then Q2 will be also equal to 75.
75.
Yes. Now we simply apply the formula to find the arc elasticity is given by negative B. What is negative B again? Negative 5, right? Remember, B is that coefficient of, right? Where negative 5 is coming from? Or remember the formula, Q equals the function 250, right? For those who joins late, minus 5p, right? This is how the price, this is how the quantity varies according to the price. Then this is, here we have this number, we take it here, right? Now we multiply by P1, the formula is here, P1 plus P2 over Q1 plus Q2, right? What's now the answer? P1 is 25. Okay, plus 35, yes. We divide by the sum.
Sorry,
yes.
Can you please accept? Can you please accept the guest? Sorry.
You can also accept it. I accept them, please.
Oh,
I don't see where to. Please
sorry,
do.
sir.
You just accept. Yes, thank you. No problem. Okay, great. So now we divide by. Excellent. So today we're slow, but I hope we try to. Sorry, to clean here is always takes time to erase this mode. All right, divides by divides by Q1 is 125.
75.
Okay, now you do yourself the math. What do you get? The answer is
minus 1,5.
Okay, minus 1,5. What is the meaning then of that one? What does this mean? Okay, that's simply the price elasticity on average. Great. I think that is easy. Question 2, you can do question 2 the same thing as question 1. Right. let's move forward. Do you have any question from the assignment that is difficult that you find or up to so far for what we've done, elasticity and demand and supply? Any question from the study guide?
Sorry, just go back. What was the answer on this one? I was just following by exercise. Oh, 1.5. Okay, right. That's perfect.
1.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now let's look at the equilibrium. When assignment 1 is due, is already overdue or is still still open? Assignment 1. I think it's still open.
It is open.
Okay, great. I'm sure you will do well there and get full marks after following the discussion. I'm sure you will do very well. And if you do well on the assignments, you should do also well on the exam. There should be nothing new. Great. Equilibrium.
Sorry, Prof.
Yeah. Yes, please. No problem. Yes.
I'm not sure whether I'm slow on my part or what. Can you just go up on your screen?
Yes, no problem.
That 250
Yes.
minus 5 multiplied by 25.
Yes.
I'm getting 150, not 125. I'm not sure it's my calculation error on my part.
Yes. Yeah, basically, because it's a 5 times 20. 5 times 225 is 125, right? It maybe your calculator is 250. Yes. Minus 5 times 225, right? This is 125.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got it. Thanks.
Okay, sure. No problem. Small thing can cause always to, small thing can always. Why is she exiting? Great. Equilibrium now. Let's look at
Sorry, again, sir. On the answer we got minus 1.5, do we?
Do we? Come again, please. We lost you, unfortunately. Can you hear me, please?
He was muted.
I think I muted you by mistake. Sorry by that.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, I was saying on minus the answer we got is minus 1.5. So do we leave it as minus 1.5 or should we turn it to the positive?
If we want, the answer is negative 1.5, right? But if we want now to look at it, to interpret it, we can still compute epsilon d if we take the absolute value, right?
Yeah.
That is 1.5, right? Yes. Right.
So it will depend on the quotient.
Yes, sure. You see which question is the. Now the point is always that when it's negative number, right? It will be like an increase in the price will yield a decrease in the quantity, and vice versa. And a decrease in the price will yield an increase in the quantity. Well, when this number is negative, right? But when the number is positive, if this was positive, then we could say an increase in the price will also yield an increase in the quantity, and vice versa. Like for the supply, also this, right? You must only be able to interpret this quantity. If you have a positive change, if you have a positive elasticity, the meaning is that an increase in the price, like for the supply, will also yield an increase in the supply, right? Or a decrease in the price also implies a decrease in the quantity in the supply, which is true for the supply, but for the demand, it's always the opposite, as we know, right? When the price goes up, the demand decreases in general, at least for any model, right? Right.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Let's look at the issue of equilibrium. Equilibrium is always the supply and the demand, and the price and corresponding prices are equal. Point equilibrium. This is a very important theory in economics. If not, I'm not an economist. I'm a mathematician. Equilibrium in goods, in the goods market. Yeah, we are on page 17.
In economics, it means you neither make a profit nor a loss.
Yes, basically that is also what they call no free lunch. It has something to do with that with the principle of no free lunch. You must take a risk before you make any profit. Basically. Great. Equilibrium. Then that is when basically market equilibrium. Here we are on page 17. Okay, when the demand and supply of a product are in balance, right? That is, the number of units that consumers demand is equal to the number of units that producers supply, right? And this is some kind of magic there. You know, of course, when the demand is very high, right? When the demand is when the demand or when the demand is high, right? People will supply until there is right. It's always like something naturally is happening here. The demand and the supply, there will be always a balance. There are theories. Maybe when you continue your studies in economics or other fields, you will understand this much better. But the point is that if the demand is very high, right? People will start to supply as much as they can until there is equilibrium, right? The price can also go down, and somehow there will be an equilibrium. I believe in equilibrium in some sense, but some people do not. But here at this level, we have the following equality: Q, the quantity demanded, the quantity. If we put the letter D under Q, we simply put the quantity that is, meaning the demand, right? It must be equal to the quantity that is supplied. Right? That is when, and also the other point is that even the price, PD, the price that the consumer is willing to pay should be the same as the price that the supplier is using will accept. Please understand the meaning of this concepts here, or this notation rather. QD and QS. QD, all these are QD and QS are all quantities, right? QD is the quantity demanded, the quantity that will be able. I mean that the producer will be able to sell, right? QD, the demand, right? Supply, QS, the quantity that the supplier is willing to bring to the market, right? The supplier